8 years ago, Amerie hit the scene with her debut album, All I Have, which I love and all of us love. And her new album, In Love and War, is right around the corner. The girl is beauty and brains, and I'm so happy. Let's give it up and welcome the diva, Miss Amerie, to the Muthaknows show.
Hi!
Oh my gosh, Amerie!
How are you? Thank you for all the love. Goodness.
Amerie, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Oh, I'm so blessed and thankful that you came to the show, Amerie. I've been wanting to have you on this show for a while. We love you.
Oh, thank you. I'm happy to be here.
How's things going, Amerie?
It's going good. You know, the first single just released that. Why Are You? And the album. Thank you. Like, I actually wrote that song in the rain because it's funny. Whenever I listen to it, I totally just see that day.
Get out of here.
Yeah, I just totally see that day. Just the whole vibe, New York City, just that whole energy, and it kind of helped. Being writing about a relationship that's very, I guess, terrible, and just to have that whole scene kind of made it kind of easier to write. And the album's coming out in the fall, so I'm excited. It's good times.
Amerie, we all excited. What's the official date? Because there's been so many pushbacks, Amerie, and the people want to hear from you. Do we have a date yet?
Well, you know what? Sometimes it changes, and then I'll be like, oh, it changed, and I won't know about it necessarily right away. But
okay.
Right now, it's fall. I think it's going to be late September. I personally am trying to get them to do, like, October. Like, I already think I want to be in the second or third week of October. We'll see what happens because we have to talk about it. But I would love for it to be in the middle of October. That's my own personal thing. But it might be late September or early October.
Well, October will be great because my birthday is October the 2nd, so it can be a Libra project.
Hey!
Hey! Now, I just seen you on the red carpet looking fab as always. Who would have thought that you and Amber Rose would have had on the same dress, Amerie?
I don't know. I don't think we would have thought it. But, I think she looked great. It was just it was funny. I don't think it's the same. It's not like the same faux pas. Well, it's not a faux pas to wear something that someone else has worn. It is kind of weird, though, when you go to the same thing at the same time. But, I mean, unless we're stitching our own clothes in the house, it's possible.
Exactly,
But,
exactly.
I thought she looked really good, and I think, if anything, it just kind of shows how, you can wear the same piece, and then you can mix it up in different ways, But they
Well, one thing about you, Amerie, your fashion has always been sick. Is there a stylist team? Does this all come from you? Where does the fashion come from?
Oh, thank you. A lot of it does come from me because I know what I love, but I also work with great people. I work with Eric Archibald, who I worked with for the BET Awards and just for different things. And we just have a great chemistry because he knows what I love. I know what he can do, and we just kind of just get together and come up with different ideas. We're always on the phone, did you see these? And he'll call me with these 6 shoes, and then I'll call him and be like, oh, but did you see these? And then I'll call him with those shoes, and we're like, we have to find them. So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. And it's great. It's great because I just love to just be me and just be myself. And I never had anyone who was trying to make me look like something that I'm not. You know what I mean? Like style-wise.
Mm-hmm.
So, I love that. I love fashion. That's just a personal passion of mine.
So is shopping a big habit for you? Are you a shopaholic?
I'm not, I'm not a shopaholic, but I do have this thing. I realize that over time, sometimes I would collect stuff. You know how it is, everybody. You go in your closet, and then you're getting dressed, but there's just some things in there that you never wear, and you don't want to throw it out because you always say that you might wear it later, but when it's time to get dressed, it doesn't fit, or something's wrong with it, or it's itchy, or whatever the case may be. So now my rule is I don't buy anything unless I love it. If you're not in love with it in the store, don't buy it because you're probably not going to
Exactly, because it's going to do what? Sit in the closet.
And take up space.
Exactly. Well, you know what, Amerie? So many people, including me, Amerie, I was so mad to hear that you was going over to Def Jam because...
Why?
You know why, Amerie? I'm going to be honest. Because they have a bad reputation of not catering to their artists the way that they should. And I'm praying and I'm hoping, Amerie, that they do what they have to do because I will bring my shotgun to Def Jam. They better not play with you, and I'm serious.
Well, you know what I can say is my experience so far has been really, really good.
Okay.
I definitely, it was definitely a choice, definitely a choice. I actually didn't totally leave my last situation until I was like definitely going to go there because I was really thinking about leaving Sony for a while, and I wasn't
Wow.
really sure if that's what I wanted to do. It was like a couple of years I was thinking about it actually,
Get
but
out of here.
you don't want to really do that unless you know for sure. I always liken it to telling someone you want to break up, then you change your mind. It's like you already said it at that point. So it's like you can't say you want a divorce and then say you change your mind without the other person acting funny. So, I really thought about it, and then I just felt like it was, a time for a change, and I felt like, at Def Jam, we'd be able to accomplish some great things. So I felt like it was pretty good. And so far, everyone's fantastic. But you know what? If anything ever happens, I will let you know.
Yes, girl, because I'm coming right up to L.A. Reid. I am not scared. Well, listen, the new single is doing good.
Yeah, thank you. I'm really happy with it. People ask me, was it a leak or anything? And I was like, it wasn't a leak. What it is that ever since I first came out, with When I Was Fall in Love, I've always been very much carried by the DJs. The DJs have supported me for so long that that's why I never really just debut a record and say, hey, it's going to be debuting on such and such radio station. And I never do it that way because to me, it's like the DJs, they're like the driving force. And, it's just so important to have that. I feel like that grassroots kind of support, and you support me so much, and I appreciate the love. You're so sweet, actually. I was like, wow, he's great.
Thank you.
But
thank you, because you know what, Amy, I think, like I said in the big, when you came out, of course there was Ashanti, Maya, Beyonce, and I always felt like you had something that makes you unique, that makes Amy stand out. You're not trying to be like everyone else.
Right. Well, thank you. I've always had my own. I'm very strong-willed, and I've always had my own personality and my own way of doing things. And I feel like when it comes to music, I definitely feel like I have my own interpretation of, music and just that whole creative force. So I'm happy when I'm given the creative freedom to just create. And I can thankfully say that whether it's been here at Def Jam and whether it was in the past at Sony, I've always had that. So I'm very, very grateful for that. That's so weird.
Oh, you got a hotline running over there, Amy.
I know, they're all crazy. But I've always had that creative space. So,
Well, that's a good thing, and it's funny that you were saying about the DJs because I was reading that once Funk Master Flex got hold of this, he went off with it. He was like, "Yo, this right here is some crack. Hey, Marie ain't playing."
No, he really went in, and I appreciate that, and I'm really happy that people are feeling the record. It's hip hop, it's soul, I felt like it was really, really representative of who I am as an artist. And, it's been a few years since I've been out stateside. So I just really wanted to come with the thing that best represented me,
Well, you know what? The representation is fabulous. A. Marie is here. Now, you're a girl, like I said, that's beauty and brains. You went to Georgetown and graduated.
Yeah.
Go, girl!
Yay! It was a good experience. I think that one of the things that I learned, I think, besides just growing as a person, with the responsibilities, is I just learned how to, organize my time on my own, because there's so many things you do as an artist. You're always traveling, you're always doing this and that, and because it is fun and it's entertainment, sometimes one can forget that there really is a timeline where you need to get things done sometimes, and people forget that sometimes. So it actually helped me be organized and just helped me grow up, I think, grow up as a person.